So widget watchers, in this third video, we are going to create this beautiful home screen for our chat app. So let's start the video. So now come here into the lib directory, and here create a home screen file. Then come inside this home screen and here create a home screen stateful widget, then import the material package, then from here remove this placeholder, and here add the scaffold widget, and inside this scaffold widget, add the background color as primary background color, then come to the intro screen, and here add the navigation logic to our home screen. So I have added that. Now first close these pages and save the code. Okay, now when I tap onto this floating action button, then we are redirected to our home screen. So this home screen as of now contained nothing, just a plain background color. So now come here and add the body parameter, then inside this body add container. First let's create a variable for calculate current width of the screen by using media query. So I have calculated the current width. Now come inside this container and here, first add the margin. Okay, now here add the child widget, and inside the child, first assign the single child scroll view, then for its child add a column widget, then here add children, then here add the main axis alignment to the start of the screen. Okay, now here first we are going to create the app bar for our homepage. So for that add this row widget and inside it add the children. Okay, then also here inside first add container, then add the decoration for it, and first we are going to show the side draw icon. So for that I've added the container, then added the decoration for it, then add the circular shape for it, then here add the color for this container. So here I have added the transparent color for this container. Then here let's add the child for this. So this is going to be a menu icon, but we are not going to use the default material icon. Instead of this, I have added this icon image inside my icons folder. Okay, so now close this icon, then here add the image.asset, then the path of icon in my case is asset/icon/menu png. Okay, now if you save the code, then you can see our icon is appeared on the screen, but it is too large, so let's fix this. So for fixing this, inside this image add the height parameter of it, and here add the extra large font size. Now save the code, and it is looking perfect. Okay, now from here change the color from transparent to the secondary background color. Okay, now save the code, but in this case icon is too small. Okay, so for fixing that come into the container and here add some height and width for it. So I have added that, but still it's not looking good. So for that, let's reduce the width, but still it's not looking good. So for that now let's add some padding here. So I have added the padding and it is looking good. Now also increase the pending so that it will have a professional look. So yeah, it is now looking much good. Now wrap this image asset inside rotated box widget, then here add the quarter turns, so that we can rotate our icon, then here add the quarters turns value to 2, so yeah, now this icon making much more sense. Okay, now copy this container and add it below here, and now remove the background color, and here we are going to show the user's profile picture. So we don't need this rotated box, so please also remove that. Now save the code and you can see that these two icons are tightly packed, so we don't want that, so come into the row widget, and here add the main axis alignment to space between, then save the code, and yeah, these icons are looking much perfect, or let's say these position are making much more sense. Now for showing the profile picture, I have added this image in my inside image directory. You can use whatever image you like, and so I have removed that container, and here I just simply added my image. Now our app bar thing is completed, so let's collapse this row, and here let's also calculate the runtime height. So I have added that. Now here add a sized box and here add the height. Okay, then here add a rich text widget, then here add text, and for text add text span, then for its children, again add a text span, then add text like hello, then add the text style for this text. So for that I have added text style, and I have made font size to extra large font size, font style to normal, then color to primary text color, then save the code, and you can see our text appeared, but it is too low from the app bar. So let's reduce the sized box's height until it's aligned at the perfect position. Okay, now let's also add the font family for this, and here also add the font family for this. So I want this hello should have lighter look, so I'm here adding a font weight to less bold. Okay, then copy this text from here and add one more time here. Let's type the username, then here increase the font weight so that it will have a bolder look, and you can see now Hello Dino is looking perfect. Now go to the rich text and here add the text alignment property and here make it to start, and then go to the column widget and here add cross-axis alignment to start. Okay, now save the code and this is looking perfect. Okay, now copy this text style and then collapse this rich text, then here add a text widget, then here add a string like, how can I help you right now? Okay, then add the same text style, but in this case, please make sure to make font a bit bolder, then decrease the font size and yeah, then save a code and it is appeared. So now let's add sized box between these two text, so I have added that and it is looking fine for me. Okay, and arrange the sized box height until it's not looking appealing to your eyes. Then again collapse this text, then here create a row widget and inside this row widget here first add a container, then add the decoration parameter for it, then at the width of container. So the width of container is going to be 40% of the current width of the screen, then add the height. Now let's set the decoration for our box. Let's set a secondary background color, then save the code, then a container is appeared. Now add the sized box above this row widget, so that our text and this container have some space between them. Okay, now let's increase width a bit, then add the border parameter and then here add the border radius, and we are going to have 3 side of radius same, but the right bottom left side radius should be larger than the other side. So add the radius for top left corner as 20, then copy this and add the same radius for top right and bottom right, and for the bottom left side increase the radius, then save the code, and it is looking fine, but I want to make my bottom left side to have more circular shape, so increase the radius for this corner. Then after this container add a column widget, then add the children, and for the children, copy this container widget, and add it 2 more times inside this column. Now change the height for this container, and add the background color for these. So here I've added primary card color for the above container, and secondary card color for this below container. Now change the radius for these, so for the right side container, I want to have more rounded corner on the right side, so change the radius according to that. And now save the code, and now these right side containers too much radius that, it's not even looking good, so let's first quickly change these radius until it's not looking good. And then save the code, and now it's looking good, but now these containers are sticked with each other, so let's give them some breathing space. So for that, come into this row widget, and here add the main axis alignment to space between, so now the vertical space is there. Now let's add some horizontal space, so for doing that, come inside this column widget and here add a sized box for this, then save the code, and now these 3 containers are looking much good. Now let's add some child widget for these containers, so for that, come into this left side container, and here add the child property, then, here add the column widget, then inside it add the children. And for children first add a container widget, and inside this container give it icon, and add the mic icon to it, then add the decoration parameter for the container, then here first add the transparent container color with the opacity of 0.5, then add the circular shape, then add the height and width for this container. Now come to the above container, and here add some padding, so that child elements have some space from the sides. Then come back to this container, and here change the opacity value until it's not looking appealing. Then go to this column widget, and here add the cross-axis alignment to start. Then add the icon size to large font size, then let's change this mic icon to outlined mic icon. Then here outside this container add rich text, okay, then add the text span, then for its children add the text span again, and then add the text. Now copy the text style from here above here, then add the same text style to it, okay, then change the color to primary background color from primary text color, then save the code and our text appeared. Then here also add a sized box with some height so that icon and text have some space between them, and add the height of this as per your requirement. Then copy this text span and add 2 more times. Okay, then here change the string like talk with memo. Okay, then if you save the code, then all this string is coming together, so we want that it should come in different line. Okay, so add /n after all the text, then save the code, and yeah, now it is looking perfect as we want it to be. Now come into our second container, and here add the child, then for child first add The column widget, then for its children, copy the above icon and its container widget, and the same thing here inside this column widget. Then change the icon to send outlined icon from mic outlined. Then add the text widget, and add the string like chat with memo, then add the style for it, so for the text style, add the font size as medium font size, then add the font family, then give the text color as primary background color. Then for its column add the cross-axis alignment to start, and main axis alignment to space evenly. Then wrap this column widget inside a container, and here add the com padding for this container, and now save the code, and it is looking pitch perfect. Now copy this column widget, and then come inside this last container, and here for its child add the container, then add the same padding for left side as we have done above. Now add the same copied column widget inside this container, and from here change the string to search by image, then change the icon to any QR code scanner icon, then save the code, and it is looking perfect. Now this video is already 10-minute long, so we will complete all the pending design tomorrow. Up until then, bye bye.